What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. In the last episode we did a couple of side quests, then we made our way here to the entrance of the next temple. So in this episode, well, what do you say we tackle Turtle Rock? So let's get started. Now first thing you should know about Turtle Rock is you'll be using a lot of magic. So if this is your first time going through the temple, I would highly recommend that before you go inside, you go back to the light world and maybe pick up a magic potion, or even two of them, because at any point, if you get stuck in this temple and run out of magic, well, you're gonna kick yourself in the pants, because depending on where you are, you may just have to leave the entire temple just to go find some magic. Now, you can find some magic jars here and there inside the temple itself if you know where to look, but probably better to play it safe, because we're going to be using the Cane of Samaria, the Fire Rod, the Ice Rod, the Magic Cape, and a bunch of other items that use magic. Oh my gosh, I missed that. Alright, thankfully I can still salvage this, but like I was saying, yeah, we're going to be using all those items that all use magic a lot in this temple, and you really don't want to waste it like I just did there by, you know, missing my first two shots on those torches, so that was not good. Thankfully, not a huge deal this early on in the temple, but you don't want to make too many of those mistakes, just saying. Anyways, inside this chest we got ourselves a dungeon map. Not really too important, but in this chest we got ourselves a key, and that's pretty much why we came here. So now that we got that, let's get the heck out of here. And oh my gosh, that was close. Thank goodness we run at pretty much the same speed that those weird rolling spike things move at. So phew, got out of that sticky situation. And yeah, right down here is another full magic pot. So there we go. Now let's just grab our cane and get going back on these platforms. So yeah, this is another use of the Cane of Samaria, one that we haven't actually seen up until this point yet, but we'll be using that a lot in this temple. So yeah, look forward to that. Now, Turtle Rock has a little bit of a reputation to it because it is such a long temple, and a lot of people consider this to be the hardest temple in the Dark World, and I would kind of agree, but I still dislike the Ice Palace just a little bit more. But don't get me wrong, guys, there are times when I'm playing through Turtle Rock and I'm like, you know, they totally did that on purpose. Like, why did they design it that way? Especially in this room, because these two chain shop enemies do a ton of damage, and it might not seem like a hard room, but getting to that chest without taking any damage is actually a lot harder than it might seem, especially since they're all going the wrong way. Alright, you know, whatever. We'll just go up and take it. At least we only got hit once, and can I please get unstuck? There we go. Well, 6 hearts of damage, that is. But the thing is, they kind of knew you would take a lot of damage in that room, because guess what? In this room, you can find, I think, like 3 anti-fairies to restore your HP, and guess what? At this point in the game, you can only have 18 heart containers, and since fairies only restore like 6 hearts, 3 times 6 is 18. You're gonna tell me they didn't plan that? Like, they definitely knew what they were doing. So I can sort of respect this temple from a design standpoint, because they clearly thought everything out, but when you're playing it, I do understand that it can be hard and kind of confusing, especially with these weird tube things, since you might not exactly know where you're going when you get inside of one of these tubes. However, for the most part, it is pretty linear, except for right here. Make sure you go in this first tube first, and then next time you go into this room, go into the second tube. If you do that, you should be able to navigate the temple successfully. Now, this part's a little bit annoying, so I'm gonna try and maybe sneak past these anti-fairies. You know what, that was not gonna work at all. Well, okay, we kinda got through there with only taking minimal damage, but whatever. Not exactly what I wanted to do, and no, I don't want to turn into a bunny! Oh my gosh. So, yeah, this is like where the annoying aspect of Turtle Rock comes into play, because they do kinda throw a lot at you all at once, so it can be a little bit frustrating to go through just because there's so much that you need to deal with all the time in Turtle Rock. But, you know, at this point you should be well enough equipped in the game that you can handle it. So it's more just like dealing with everything they're throwing at you rather than, you know, getting annoyed. And there we go, made it right into that door. Yeah, they put a laser turret right above that door, so if it notices you, it's really hard to get through. Anyways, though, inside this chest, we got ourselves the big keys. So, now we just got a few more things that we need to do. Need to get ourselves the final piece of heart, which we won't actually find inside this temple. We need to go outside the temple to find that. And then, we need to go and find the item from this temple. Then we can go and take on the boss. And all that is easier said than done. So, real quick, let's go back to that room with, the 2 pipes. And like I said, we went inside the first tube the first time we were inside the room, and now since we're going back through here for a second time, we're gonna go inside the second tube. And I feel like that's probably where a lot of people get confused, like in this room and in a room coming up like towards the end of the temple itself. 2 very easy rooms that you can get like easily confused, and so I'll do my best to try and explain those rooms, or I guess that room, once we get to it, considering I already explained the first room. And oh my gosh, these pokey enemies are the most annoying thing on the planet. I hate them so much. And also, the laser turret in like the center of this room is not helping at all. Can you please just die? There we go. Jeez, thank goodness it gave us some hearts. Now, don't bother going to the right in either of these 2 rooms. Just head over to the left. And there are some laser turrets on that back wall, so be very careful. But what you want to do, grab your bombs, place it right over here on the south, and just wait for that to blow, because this will take us outside the temple. In this area, you can't get here unless you come from inside Turtle Rock. But when you're out here, stand close to this entrance and use your magic mirror to go back to the light world, because guess what? There's a cave here as well. And again, this is the only way to get inside here. So, we have some mimic enemies in here that we can kill with our arrows, our new fancy silver arrows. And on the GBA version of this game, they actually changed them to normal Cyclops enemies, like not the weird mimic enemies that are here on the Super Nintendo version. So, kind of a weird little change. Not really sure why they did it, because this room is not hard whatsoever, but I guess they just decided that it was too hard and switched it to the easier version of like these enemies. But yeah, you kill all of them, and guess what? Waiting for us on the other side is a chest that contains the final heart piece of the game. So there we go, guys. 19 heart containers. Not bad. Not bad at all. And guess what? By the time we finish this temple, we'll have all 20 hearts. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled temple busting. So, here's the big chest. Let's just use our Cane of Samaria to bridge the gap. And now we can open this up and get ourselves the mirror shield. So now we can reflect beams that your old shield couldn't block. Hooray! And of course it's yellow, so it matches like our current ensemble, which is pretty sick. Anyways, I'm actually going to use the magic cape in here just to bypass all the danger in this room. Don't really have to do that, but I find that it makes it a little bit easier, so that's why I did it. Now we're pretty much on a one-track go to the boss of this temple, so the rest of the temple is pretty straightforward. Just do your best to try and not take any damage. Hello, fairy. I'll take that. Really? Forgot about those guys. It's like the one door in the entire game that you bomb, and then, weird, like, little tiny enemies come out towards you when you try to go through it. I always forget that those are there. But, yeah, they only do, like, half a heart of damage, so not a big deal, but it is enough to get rid of your sword lasers, which kinda stinks. Anyways, welcome to the second most annoying room in the game. So let's use our cane, place it here, and basically, we're gonna ride this rail, and I did not mean to go this way, so we are already off to a bad start. But, yeah, as you can see, it's in complete darkness. There's a ton of rails, and they crisscross and go over each other. Some rails are technically higher up than other rails, so, you need to find, like, the right transition points to get to where you need to go. Now, that stop that we actually just stopped at was, our final destination, but the door near that area is locked, so we need to go and, find a switch that we can press down. And if I can actually get this thing to turn the right way, it would not be that hard. Like, I swear to you guys, I normally go through this room pretty easily, but, right now, my controls are not exactly working. I know it's, like, lame to blame the controller, but, oh, that's a nice load of damage I took there for no reason. But, yeah, I know it's lame to blame the controller, but for a second there, I swear, like, it was not going the way that I was pressing. So, now I think we're alright, but I'm gonna try and, like, get my way back to where I want to go, because now I'm actually kind of confused, so that's great. Like, I had this whole system of how to do this room, like, so easily, but I totally got all screwed up when I went the wrong way at the very beginning. So give me a second to try and get back on track, guys. I really did not intend to go like this way at all, but you know what? I think it works, because now, yeah, we can go down this way, and here's our switch. So press it down, and make sure you don't accidentally press it again, because there's no, like, real indication on whether or not that switch is activated or deactivated. So just press it once, listen for the sound effect, and then leave. And now we simply need to make our way back to that door that we stopped at originally. So there we go, we did it. Yeah, I should not have taken like 5.5 hearts of damage from that room, but yeah, you know what, it happens, man. And oh boy, I fell off the ledge even though I was clearly holding the opposite direction. Hooray! At least we got rid of the annoying enemy though, so not a huge deal. And I will actually be making use of that mechanic in this room, because there's kind of a quick little time save that you can do. So yeah, now that we have our mirror shield, we can reflect these laser beams, no problemo, get this chest, and get that small key. So now, yeah, if we just fall up here, it'll bring us all the way back up to the beginning of that room, so we can go back and easily unlock this door. Sure, we did lose like a heart, but you know what? Not a huge deal, because guess what? This room has a load of anti-fairies, so yeah, we can use these guys to restore HP, and don't worry too much about your magic right now, considering there will be like a full restore pod before the boss of this temple. So for the most part, we should be fine. And no! Stop it, anti-fairy. I love you. Why would you do this to me? I actually kinda wanna collect you if I can, so come on. You know what? I'll just stand over here, and there we go. Perfect. Back up to full HP. Problem is, I know this little guy is gonna like try and ruin everything for me. Get out of here, man. Just leave me alone. I don't want to be friends with you at all. Like, you're weird, you're fast, you're kind of ugly. You might make a good dog, but you're dead now, so doesn't even matter. I don't need to be in here, so there we go. All right. Oh man, at least we only lost like a heart and a half from that. Like, that could have been way worse. Anyways, though, now that we're through that mess of a room, well, guess what? We're pretty much, I should have actually gotten that after I used my cane, but whatever, not that big of a deal. We're basically done with this temple, because this platform will take us all the way to the boss doors. So let's do it, guys. This boss is kind of weird. It has 3 heads, a red head, a blue head, and then its normal stone head. Now, the stone head is completely worthless right now, just ignore it. The red head and the blue head, however, can be hurt with the fire rod and the ice rod. So obviously use like the opposite element on each head. So the blue head is ice, use the fire rod on it. The red head is fire, use the ice rod on it. And yeah, they have like different effects. So the red head spits fire, the blue ice head makes the floor icy. So I tend to try and get rid of the icy head first, just because it is the more annoying one. Be very careful with how you use your magic though, because if you run out of magic in this fight, you are actually screwed. Like, there's no way that you can complete it. So yeah, be very careful, and I'm not doing a good job at that. So I'm gonna try and get as much damage on these heads as I can, and there we go. We died. Thank goodness we have fairy backups. Oh man, that's what I get for being careful. Thankfully, I think the red and blue heads only take 3 hits with your sword and then they're gone. So yeah, you should only really have to like hit them with their opposite element like twice. Now it looks like the boss is over, but oh no, it's just getting started. There is a second phase. So now what you want to do is wait until like the center big rock is glowing, and then just attack it with your sword. A couple of hits and it'll go down. So generally speaking, if you walk in a circle, you should be fine. And there we go. Now the boss is done. So not too bad. We didn't lose all our magic, and even though we did die, at least we had a fairy to revive us and bring us back to life. And there it is, guys, the 20th heart container. And this is no ordinary maiden. This is Princess Zelda. So we did it, guys. We saved Zelda and the other maidens. And now, well, it's time to go fight Ganon. I appreciate your coming so far to rescue me. As I thought, you are the legendary hero. I have felt this from the first time we met. Ganon is waiting inside of his tower to pass through the gate linking the two worlds. Once Ganon enters the light world, it is unlikely that anyone can stop him. But if he stays in the closed space of this world, you can find him wherever he runs. Now, go to the Tower of Ganon. We will use our combined powers to break the barrier. Let's return peace to the country without fail. Do you understand? I do. May the way the hero lead to the Triforce. Alright. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go fight Ganon. But we'll do that, of course, in the next couple episodes. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like or rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.